Hello and welcome to the in-depth series section of Drishti IAS. I am Aisha Singh and in today's video we will be discussing about the QS World University Ranking which has recently been launched for the year 2024. So the Indian universities have performed really well and it is the IIT Bombay who has secured the highest rank among Indian universities. So let us first look at the timeline. First we'll be knowing about the news, then what is QS World University Ranking, then indicators for performance or parameters, IIT Bombay performance and overall India's performance. In the end, a means practice question. This topic is of relevance from General Studies paper 2, that is education. As the topic of education is important from both mains perspective and also from the essay perspective, and now Indian universities are also performing really well and the Indian Institute of Eminence are also followed in our country, and the universities which are performing really well will be giving us status that they are very important for the nation. So the news has been taken from the Indian Express and it says IIT Bombay breaks into top 150 in QS World Ranking 8 years after IISc first made it. So the QS World Ranking has been released for the year 2024 and from India's side it is the IIT Bombay who has entered into the top 150 universities, and for the very first time it was the Indian Institute of Science Bangalore who secured its position among the top 150 universities in the world. So what has happened is the latest edition of the QS World University Ranking has been released and it is the IIT Bombay which has achieved its highest ranking ever. So this is the IIT Bombay's highest ranking ever and it has broken into the world's top 50 universities. And it is the first time in 8 years that an Indian higher education institution has made it to the top 150, and earlier it was Indian Institute of Science Bangalore which for the very first time entered into the top 150 universities of the world, and now it is IIT Bombay which has secured this position. And IISc Bangalore previously achieved this feat in the year 2016 with a ranking of 147. So the first university to break into top 150 was IISc Bangalore and now the second one is IIT Bombay. Now this is the QS ranking, that is India's ranking. So from Indian institutions, if we talk about, first rank from India's side is held by IIT Bombay. Earlier its ranking was 172 but now it is 149. It has improved on its ranking. Second is IIT Delhi, rank 197. Now earlier it was 174. So IIT Bombay's rank has declined. Then third rank is of IISc Bangalore. This year it is the rank is 225. Earlier it was 155. So the ranking of IISc Bangalore has also declined. So IIT Delhi and IISc Bangalore, the rankings have declined while IIT Bombay, the ranking have improved. And the other top 10 institutions are IIT Kharagpur, IIT Kanpur, IIT Madras, IIT Guwahati, IIT Roorkee, University of Delhi and Anna University. So University of Delhi holds the rank 407 and Anna University 427. So these two universities have also entered in the top 500 list of the universities. And now let's talk about the QS ranking for the year 2024, and this is the overall ranking, the global ranking. So in the global ranking, the first position is held by the MIT Institute, that is the first university and it is in the United States of America. Second is University of Cambridge of United Kingdoms. Third is Oxford University of UK. Then comes Harvard University, Stanford, Imperial College of London, Zurich University which is in Switzerland, National University of Singapore, University College London and University of California. So these are the overall top 10 global institution. First rank held by MIT, US, and among the Indian institution the top position is held by IIT Bombay and the ranking of IIT Bombay was 149. Now let's talk about the QS ranking year on year, and this is between IISc Bangalore, IIT Bombay and IIT Delhi. because the IISc ranking and the IIT Delhi ranking has deteriorated and declined, while on the other hand the IIT Bombay ranking has improved a lot. So if you will see the red line tells us about the IISc ranking. So now earlier the IISc ranking was very good, but this year the IISc ranking have declined to 225, while on the other hand the blue line depicts IIT Delhi. So IIT Delhi ranking is almost on par every single year, but this year it has declined to 197. But the yellow line which talks about the IIT Bombay, if you will see that IIT Bombay ranking earlier was very high, it was around 200, and over the years it has improved and now it has achieved its best ever ranking of 149. So 149. So overall IIT Bombay has improved its ranking, while IISc Bangalore and IIT Delhi has declined in its ranking. Now let's first talk about the QS World University Ranking, which publishes its ranking of university and gives the university some numbers on some selected parameters and indicators. So QS World University Ranking is a UK, that is United Kingdom based agency ranking. So the QS stands for Quacquarelli-Symonds. That is Quacquarelli-Symonds, the full form of QS, and it is a UK based agency and it revises the assessment parameters this year. So earlier the parameters which was used by the QS ranking, it has been revised this year and 3 new parameters has been included this year, and the 3 new parameters are sustainability, employment outcome and international research network. So these 3 new parameters or new indicators has been included in this year's ranking, and each of the 3 new parameters, it carries a weightage of 5%. So this was about the university and how it gives the ranking and the QS agency. Now what are the indicators for performance? So 3 new indicators I've just now told you that which has been included in this year's assessment, and overall few of the indicators are academic reputation indicators. So there is first indicator is the academic reputation. How is the reputation of the institution? Then the weightage has been reduced from 40% to 30%. Then faculty student ratio, the number of students and the number of faculties on those students. So their weightage has also declined from 15% to 10%. And third is employer reputation indicator. How is the reputation of the employer? Then its weightage has increased from 10% to 15%. So the weightage of academic reputation has declined, faculty student ratio has declined, while on the other hand the weightage of employer reputation indicator has increased. Then IIT Bombay performance, that why the performance of IIT Bombay has improved, what is the conditions of that improvement, and what the IIT Bombay has done different from other institutions that its performance and its ranking has improved significantly. So the citation per faculty with the score rising from 55.1 last year to an impressive 73.1 this year. So in the year 2024 ranking, the citation per faculty, the numbers have risen significantly from 55.1 to 73.1. Then employer reputation ranking, it has also improved significantly from 102 position to 69th position. So this is a very good improvement. Then citations per faculty rank has also improved from 226 to 133. Then the IIT Bombay has produced 15,905 academic papers from the time 2018 to the year 2022. And this has generated over 1,43,800 citations. And the research growth of some 17% over this period. So overall, if we will see, then IIT Bombay's performance has improved, be it the research growth or the citations per faculty, employer reputation ranking. So overall, the IIT Bombay is performing very well. Now let's talk about India's performance on overall rankings. So from India's side, 45 universities have been ranked this year by the QS World University Ranking, and India is the 7th most represented country globally. So when we talk about globally, the world over, then the number of universities from India's side, India ranks at 7th position, and if we talk about Asia, then India ranks at 3rd position. So in Asia, India ranks at 3rd position, and above India or ahead of India is Japan with 52 universities and China with 71 universities. So globally, India is on 7th position, while in Asia, India is on 3rd position. First is China, 71 universities. Second is Japan, 52 universities. While India has how many universities? It is 45 universities. So if we will see the year-on-year growth, then the number of universities from India are increasing. India's performance on overall factors are increasing. And apart from IISc Bangalore, which in the last decade has almost every single time has acquired the top position when it comes to Indian universities. So this time all other universities are also doing good, and IIT Bombay has surpassed IISc Bangalore this time and has performed really well. And this is very important for India's education sector also, because we need more and more world-class universities and more colleges coming up and having the world-class and global infrastructure and education facilities. So overall, this is a good factor and a good news for India and also for IIT Bombay. Now it's time for the mains practice question, and this is a PYQ which was asked in the year 2015. It says, the quality of higher education in India requires major improvements to make it internationally competitive. Do you think that the entry of foreign educational institutions would help improve the quality of higher and technical education in the country? And the command given here is discuss. So you have to focus on the word for foreign educational institution, the entry of foreign educational institutions, and the command here is discuss. So you have to discuss the pros and cons. And that's all for today. Thank you so much for watching. Till we meet next time, keep reading and keep writing.